What's up, YouTube? I'm back with a new, with a level 100 balanced gear setup. Now, for the first thing I'd rather go to is the pet, because the pet that you need is pretty hard to get sometimes, because you might have a lot of fails. This one took me like 3 fails, or 5, I'm not sure. One of them, it was from Mega. Now for the pet, you should get a triple critical double damage. This one has a 20 critical hitter, I think. I'm not sure. One sec. Critical strike, balance striker 23, balance dealer 9, add balance 6, critical striker 27, and critical hitter 20. Now, the pet, I'm having a contest on, it ends on December 10th on Twitter. You can just retweet and follow. You might get a chance. 2 winners will be announced. 2 winners. So yeah, if you have, I'll leave the link in the description, and you guys can go and check that out. Now first, let's start on with the hats. With the hats, if I'm fighting a fire or a storm or an ice boss, I just use the crafted hats from Sardonyx. For balance, it's really good. 432 health, 4 balance accuracy, 168 balance critical, and 17 damage, and the rest are 22 resist. For elemental, that's pretty good if I'm fighting those. If I'm fighting a storm, if I'm fighting a death, life, and a myth, I could just craft the other hat, which is the same thing, just like spirit schools, which is pretty good. If I'm fighting a balance, I'll use the new master hat. It gives 504 health, 13 power pip, 4 pierce, 13 resist, 149 critical, and 16 damage, and 5 damage for shadow, which I don't really care about that, and 2% shadow pip percent. That's pretty good. I want the shadow pip, because if you get the shadow pip in the first round, then you could just hit if you have the right pips with the new shadow enchant spells, which is pretty good. Onto the robes, I use the Drape of the Exalted One. It gives 793 health, that's almost 800, which is really good. 11 power pip chance, that's okay, I guess. 14 balance accuracy, that's awesome, that's pretty good, pretty good for accuracy. 19 balance damage, that's, yeah, okay, great, yeah, that's a good one. And 14 universal resist, that's pretty good. And 96 critical striker, good, critical striker, critical, balance critical, and 2% shadow. Now, before this, I used to use this, which the Drape of the Exalted One gives more critical and more resist, yeah, and more accuracy. So yeah, and onto the shoes, I just got this from my last Darkmoor. It was my last piece. I recorded the video. It gives 300 health, 10% power pip, 5 accuracy, 13 pierce, 105 critical block. That's really good. 700 resist and 23 damage, and 1 shadow pip percent. That's really good. This is a really good shoes, I guess. And before that, I used to use the Slippers of the Perfect Pose. You could just buy this from the crown shop if you're looking for more critical and more pierce, I guess. That's pretty good, and more accuracy. This one just has less damage and less critical block, which is alright, but more critical. That's pretty good. If you're going for critical, you could just use this. And for the wand, I use the Jack Hallows guitar that came from the new Halloween pack that came out in Halloween. It gives 195 critical, balance critical, and 7 incoming health. That's pretty good. 195 balance critical, that's OP. Now for the themes, I use the theme of the Chosen One. It's dropped by Morganth. I got it from her chest. I was opening some and I didn't notice that I got it. And I just found it in my bag. So in my backpack, I guess. 370 health, 220 mana, 17% power pip, 17% critical block, 17 critical block, not percent, 17 balance damage, and the 17 outgoing health. This is dropped from the first boss in the part 3 of Darkmoor. All it is that it's one more critical block and more accuracy and more health and mana. I'd use this if you're going for accuracy, yeah, and incoming health. Onto the amulets, I use the Morganth Shadow of Ember. It's dropped by Morganth, obviously, and it gives 205 health, 2 pierce, 35 critical block, 30 critical, and 3 resist, and 2 Dragon Blade spells. I think one of these, without the critical, is dropped by the second Shane Von Shane in the second part of Darkmoor. If you can't get the Morganth one, then you should just go for that. It just has no critical. Yeah, and onto the rings. I use the ring that's dropped by Cronus. I don't know. I've never done him in farmed him in a long time. 370 health, 135 mana, 14% power pip, 30 block, and 10 damage, and 17 incoming. That's pretty good. I don't think anybody has found the new ring anywhere, like in Darkmoor or anything. I've never heard anything. And I talked about the pet, triple critical, double damage, and pretty good mounts. We don't care. Sorry, that's just the phone ringing. And then I used the new crafted deck, which gives 60 health, 18 critical, balance critical, 2% shadow resist, which I don't really care, and one normal pip in start of the battle. I think this is way better than the one that's dropped by Morganth, because it gives double the health, more critical, and shadow resist, and it does give more 10 max balance thing and more sideboard. Now onto the status. For damage, it's all 10 for all schools, 15 for shadow, and 99 for balance. This actually should be 100. If you count all the percent, it will equal to 100, but I don't know why. I think some people on Twitter said that it's because of the pet. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. For the resist, it's 37 for all schools, 39 for shadow because of the resist. Because of the deck, it gives 2 more resist. Accuracy, 5 for all schools, 19 for balance. Now with this, my hitting spells will be over 100% accuracy, which is really good. I won't fizzle. Critical, 79 across the board, 560 for balance. This is really good. I think the percent is equal to 100 or less, or 90 something, I'm pretty sure. I counted, don't judge. For block is 187 for all. I don't know what's the percentage. Too lazy to count. 9 pierce, which is okay. If I use the new staff, it'll be more than 9. It'll be 20, I think, for balance. 105 power pip chance. I will be getting power pips everywhere. 24 incoming, 17 outgoing, 15 shadow pip percent. That's pretty good. And the mana should be like 200 is all you need. And yeah. Again, for the pet, you can enter the contest. 2 winners will be announced. I'll have a link in the description. And yeah, it ends in 2 days, so don't forget. Okay, I'll see you guys later. See you. Night.